Yo, what's going on? Do you want to know how to make 100,000 a month profit as a coach, consultant, or agency owner, stress-free while doing meaningful work that you enjoy doing? If you do, stick around for it'll be 20, 30 minutes maybe. I'm just going to explain sort of the scaling model that I've run now 30 clients through that have gotten them to at least 100,000 a month. Our top student right now I think does 100 or no, 400 or so thousand a month. That would be a coach in this specific situation. I think coaching is like B2C stuff, consulting is like B2B stuff, and agency is obviously B2B. But anyway, neither here nor there. In today's video, I'm just going to explain it. So let me pull up a Google document that I just made, and we'll talk about it. Before I get into that, I'm just going to share the main 3 simple things you need to do to get to 100 a month profit with a line of piece. And I'm just going to explain it right now. So first of all, any advertising that you do, so if you're going to run advertising, it has to have both a 7-day return where you're turning $1 into like 5 back or 10 back really quickly, but also have the long-term effect of building a platform for you that this platform also has the ability to organically aggregate itself, across platforms naturally. So then what you're doing is by paying to acquire, you're also paying to create a firestorm of organic growth at the same time. And this is how you get really the best of both worlds. Does that make sense? So what we have to do is we first have to establish that. That's the very first thing, okay? So a paid acquisition system that gets the right people in, but also grows our audience so that they'll buy later. The second thing is scalable delivery models, okay? And I'm best with this when it comes to like coaches and consultants because majority of the people that have gotten to 7 figures with me are coaches and consultants. I can help agency owners, but to be honest, coaches and consultants is the main thing. So with that, getting to $100,000 a month, it's really all about moving into a scaled consulting model where you're doing where you're running a group program. Now there's really crappy group programs, and I'm sure you've heard of this, like where people are like, oh, I bought a group and it wasn't good and I just needed one-to-one. The reason why that group wasn't good was because the leader didn't have clarity on the main 3 focuses of their program that guarantee the results of their students. And if they focused on these 3 things, they would definitely get results. Like it would be ridiculous that they don't get results if they're focused on these things. The reason group programs fail is because what happens is, just like in an organization, like a business or a company, culture starts at the top from the owner of the organization and distills downward, right? So as you scale a business, you get just like 1 degree of separation from the culture, and then you get 3 degrees of separation, and then all of a sudden the culture dilutes and dilutes until it's not the same as the leader. So the leader has to have a very strong conviction and a lot of clarity. What happens is these group programs have leaders that are not absolutely certain on how to drive the outcome that they're selling and aren't absolutely clear on simple frameworks, one of which I call the magic 3, that enable you to create great results for your students. So this is a little bit of a rant, but in order to scale consulting or coaching, it has to move to group model. There's just really no other way to do it at scale. And the way that group programs work is when the leader has absolute clarity on how to drive the outcomes that they're selling. Okay, so the first thing is a scalable acquisition system that gets a short-term return and a long-term return that also organically aggregates. The second thing is a scalable delivery mechanism. I like group, and the reason group doesn't work is because the leader doesn't have clarity. If you solve that, the group works amazingly well because you start to build a community of students that actually serve one another, and they take the clarity they're getting from the course or the coaching calls or whatever, and they actually serve each other with it and allow each other to grow, and it becomes this like web effect versus being this like all roads lead back to the leader effect, okay, which doesn't scale. So acquisition, scalability. The last thing is team, and I'm going to talk about team in sort of who to place and where. So when you're scaling whether it's a coaching, consulting, or agency business, I'll tell you when and how you hire. So you should be able to produce $30,000 a month profit as a one-man show easily. You should be able to do this easily as a one-man show, okay? Like one person, $30,000 a month profit, one-man show. Once you're there, The first person you hire is the first plateau you reach, which is your client delivery bottleneck, okay? So if you're a coach, this would be a client success manager, okay? This is somebody who's actually a successful student out of your community that you bring on for this role, which is the best way to do it, okay? So you solve your client delivery bottleneck, and you have a daily or bi-daily meeting to just look at their coaching calls / look at the work they're doing with your clients if you're an agency owner, okay? And you start to ramp them up. All of these roles are not light switches where you're just like turning on or off a switch, okay? It's not that. It's more like a dial where over time you turn this dial from them having a little bit of responsibility to, as they earn it, they earn more responsibility and therefore they earn more pay. So no roles should be thrown right into the mix. You have to level everybody up. Anyway, CSM is first, Client Success Manager. The next hire you bring in is somebody to help you monetize the platform that you're building with your acquisition, with your paid acquisition. So if you run paid the way I'm going to show you here in just a sec, which would be like Instagram for this, if you run paid the way we show you, they will help you monetize this platform, okay? So I'll just draw this back again. And this is either a setter or a setter / sales rep. So it's like they do both. And I really like this model because now all you've got to manage is a head coach and somebody who runs your platform with you. And then it's a 3-person show, which is like next to no management. And with 3 people on a team, you can do $100,000 a month, okay? It's very, very simple to do. So let me get really specific about the paid acquisition stuff real quick. And I'm actually gonna reference my brother and I are building a coaching brand together. We're hiring the sales talent, bringing people in and running it. But I'll show you real quick. So this is the system, and this system has made my clients tens of millions of dollars. It's so simple. You run follower ads like this, okay? And basically what you do is you just target. I mean, I could go so in detail on the targeting and everything. Instead of that, let me just plug you into, for free, our course. It's called the 7-Figure Instagram System. And it's literally like what we normally charge $5,000 for, but you can get it for free. And if you like it and you feel like you can implement it, hit me up. I'll help you implement it. Our course is $7,000 and I'll just do it with you, okay? But anyway, grew my landscape business from 4,000 to 40 to 100,000, or instead of 80,000 on a business degree, spent 1,000. So we have 2 ads here that we're testing. Right now we're getting a cost per follower of like 50 cents. It's like really cheap, okay? So cost per follower. When you do the targeting right and the copy right, you can run it easy. And the math looks something like this. Let me go ahead and write up the math for you. Pull up to a Google Doc. Let me just make a new Google Doc here. And I'll draw out the math. So the math is really simple. So we get a 50 cent to $3 follower, which is a big range. I'll really narrow it down per follower when done right. What you're gonna get is you're gonna get a $10 to $20 conversation in the DM, and you're gonna get a $30 to $60 booked meeting. Okay, probably a little more expensive than that for some people. The metrics change a bit, B2C or B2B, so just keep that in mind. Like if it's B2B, you would lean on the more expensive end. It's B2C, you'd lean on the cheaper end. And then we're having right now conversions, like sales made at $500 for a program that costs for our clients $5,000 to $7,000. And a lot of this is dialing in your sales meetings, and it will be some to call closes / like follow-ups, because this is new traffic and you don't want to burn leads, you want to set expectations well, etc. But this is the math, and this is how we get a 10x return on cash for our clients, for their programs, while also building an audience, okay, which is your greatest asset. And if you really want to do $100,000 a month profit peacefully and enjoy yourself, having an audience will help you get there. It is so easy if you just deliver a ton of value to an audience to create ridiculous returns on your time just making a piece of content. Like this piece of content I'm making right now will probably make me $300,000 at least, minimum. When I put up a YouTube video, a piece of content on my story, that just the amount, the pure, if I were to put a dollar rate on the amount of money I get paid when I just like literally put up a piece of content per hour. If I say per hour, it's like 30 grand per hour, maybe 40 grand per hour for me to just pop onto socials and just say something. Because I've built an audience that's in my market. I've got a great offer, right? We get great results. Everything's there. Everything's dialed. So this is basically it. So if you want to learn the Instagram system, you can check it out. It's linked in the description. Give that to you. And then let's see. That's basically it. You need to deliver in group setting or have scaled delivery. The first hire is somebody to help you with delivery. The last hire is somebody to help you with sales, and you just really dial the two of them in. I'll add this as a last note, because these two roles will become very valuable to your business. These two roles will become very, very valuable, and if they leave or exit, it's going to do a lot of damage to your business. So the first thing is having them sign a strong non-compete. So strong non-competes with these roles because they have very close proximity to you, and that's just dangerous for the longevity of the business. The other thing is you're going to want to have a backlog of talent. Okay, and so I don't like using recruitment companies unless it's me. We have a mastermind offer. We'll put people into your business. But every recruitment company that I've ever worked with, I just can't get the culture fit, because a lot of these recruitment companies are selling people on like setting and selling being this business model, this make money online thing. And it's just so ridiculously hard to match that culture, that energy of just somebody wanting to make 10 G's a month and do Wi-Fi money and actually caring about your prospects and your clients and everything. So it's just really hard to make that match. So because of that, I believe your audience is actually, we're going to source your team, and your customers, we're going to source your team, your customers and your audience. Do not use a recruitment company. Use your customers, use your audience, okay? By doing this, you'll have people that aren't only bought into the financial opportunity, but are bought into you, right? Bought into me right here. And they want to work for this person specifically. And because of that, they're going to be more responsive to your feedback, more willing to be coached. They're going to be more bought into the mission. They're going to more understand the lingo of your marketplace. And generally, they're going to be a more effective team player through and through. Okay? So I hope this video makes sense. This is our framework on how to scale to $100,000 a month profit. If you want my direct help to get to $100,000 a month profit, you can book a call with me directly. It will not be a team member. It will be me. And this is only for people with established businesses that are serious about getting 100,000. If that's you, pop a link in the description. My offer is $32,000. Okay? And I will do everything alongside you, full accountability to get you to $100,000 a month. But I will only make offers to people that I absolutely know I can help, because I've got a baby coming and I'm married, and I'm not going to waste my time with relationships that I don't think are going to serve my business. Okay, so just being very candid, like I only want to do business with people I know I can help. Okay, but if it sounds like you want to explore this model and get this built into your company, pop in a time and we'll establish a relationship and see if it's a good fit. All right, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.